Update. Last year, boyfriend 33 male quit his job without telling me, and now he refused to look for another job. I'm 31 female, tired of paying for everything. Original post. My boyfriend 33 male quit his job last year without telling me. I only found out 2 days before the rent was due, as we split everything 50-50 when I asked him for his part of the rent. When I asked, he simply told me he quit because he was tired of working at that place. Since then, I've been paying for everything, including rent, food, gas, bills, and anything he needs. I had to work 2 jobs while going to school for a while. It was hard, but I finally finished school a couple months ago and I found my dream job. I make enough to live comfortably, even take care of my boyfriend and still have money for savings. However, I still want him to get a job to support himself because I think as an adult, he needs a job. But I feel like he relies on me too much, and he thinks since my job pays well, he doesn't have any reason to work. He always says things like, "You make good money now, so maybe you could buy me my dream car," or "You should open a business for me to run." It bothers me a lot. I don't mind supporting my partner financially if there's a legit reason that prevents him from working, but it's not the case. He spends most of his time playing games, meeting up with friends, or just at home watching movies. I still have to do all the chores and take care of our dogs. His family thinks that he's been working to take care of me so that I can finish school, which is not true. Now they think I was able to finish school and got a good job all because of him. I don't even want to explain to them. I just want him to get a job and have a future. But when I try to talk to him, he told me I'm not being supportive, and now that I have a good job, I look down on him. What should I do? Is it even worth it to try to talk some sense into him? I don't want to start dating at this age, but I feel like I can't keep doing this. Now for the top advice before reading the update. You break up with him. He's not a partner. He's a freaking leech. Stop trying to control him and control what you can. Break up. Kick him out or move out. Find someone worthy of you. This. Stop being his sugar mama. You are incentivizing his laziness. Give him a hard deadline to resume paying his half of the bills. And if he fails, give him 30 days to move out. You can continue dating him when he's living in his own place, but I don't know why you would want to. Wow, you leave. You don't have a boyfriend. You have a dependent. Of course he's not getting a job. Why would he? You have proven to him that he doesn't need to because he's got a sugar mama. Him saying that you look down on him? It's manipulation. He wants you to feel bad. Supportive of what? Him sitting around playing games? Leave. Dating can actually be fun, and you can't want this for the rest of your life. I did feel bad when he said that, and he does that all the time. Every time I bring up something, he would start talking about how miserable his life is, and how I just make it worse. I admit that I stayed till now because I feel bad. And no, I don't want this for the rest of my life. I will move on, and hopefully find someone who cares. Next time he tells you how miserable his life is, say, "Okay, I'm going to help with that and leave." Or make him leave, since he doesn't help/pay for anything. Also, you should correct his family's belief that he supported you through school. Don't perpetuate the lie that he is supporting you. You can do so much better. He's not a partner. I will have a talk with him this afternoon to tell him it's time to end things and he needs to move out. He will probably give me the "my life is miserable" talk again. But I think reading all these comments makes me realize I should feel bad for myself and not for him. I'm sure once he moves back to live with his family, they will reach out to me to tell me how good he has been treating me and how he helped me through school. They've done it before when I told them things weren't working for us, but I will tell them everything this time. I left an abusive household in a situation very similar to yours, but it went on for much longer, and I only wish I'd left sooner. As for dating at this age, I see you're 31. I met my husband at 34. He's wonderful, and we're happy in a healthy relationship. He has a great job and a small growing business. He does household chores, cooks meals, and is a great father to our child. He is respectful to me and communicates well. I don't look back to that awful, abusive, and manipulative situation from my past nowadays. Don't let this current situation make you quit your own future and miss out on the happiness you deserve. Also, what his family thinks is irrelevant. Please don't stay in this. You're allowing yourself to be used and harmed. There's only misery ahead unless you realize you need to end it. It's better on the other side, free of this. Your comment gives me hope. I will probably not gonna date for a while after this, but just knowing that there's a chance that I can still meet someone who loves me really helps me feel better about my situation. I think once I resolve this and focus on myself more, I will be happier. Beside this relationship, everything else is going very well for me. I don't depend on anyone, so nothing will really change, except I will have one less thing to worry about. Thank you for sharing your experience. I'm glad to hear you're in a healthy relationship. Edit/mini update. I didn't expect this many comments. I can't reply to everyone, but I did read all the comments that I really appreciated. Many people have asked, why him? Why stay for years? What did I see in him? So I just want to answer it here. We started off pretty normal. We split everything 50-50, and I had no problem with that. But throughout the years, he started showing his true self. I was in school, and school was the most important thing to me at that point, so I invested all my time and energy into it. I was in a PhD program, so I had stipend of around $30,000 a year, which was enough for myself, but not for two people. We've been together for 8 years now. After he quit his job, I was very stressed out, but I had to focus on school and tried to do everything I could to survive. I didn't have time to really think about my personal life, and I also didn't want to go through any changes in life, so I just let it be. In addition, he guilt trips me a lot, so I feel bad for him. But now that I have a stable job, I have time to really think about my future, and I don't see myself being with him long term. I don't think it would be as easy as, hey, let's break up, because I know he wouldn't let it go that easy. But I'll start planning to get out, maybe ask some friends for support. His name is not on the list, so I'll stay where I am and he'll have to move. Now for the full update. It's been 2 months since I posted about my situation on the sub, and I just want to give you an update of how things went after I made that post. Before I go into the details, I just want to say I really appreciate everyone here. After I resolved everything, I occasionally would go back to my original post and read the comments to remind myself that I've done the right thing. After posting on here, I went home from work that day and asked my friends to come over but stay in the parking lot while I sort things out with my now ex-boyfriend. Before I could even start the conversation, he told me his friend got a new car recently and how I should get him a car since I can afford it. I got really upset and told him he could have got himself a car if he was working. I told him how stressful it has been for me with him not working and fully relying on me. He started the "my life is already miserable and you're not being supportive" talk. I was sick of it, so I said I wanted to end things here and he needs to move out ASAP. As expected, he got upset and threw a tantrum. He was yelling, throwing stuff around, and when he realized I was being dead serious, he started threatening to hit one of my dogs. I jumped in between him and the dogs to stop him from harming them. Then he pushed me and grabbed me by my neck. I was able to get him off of me, put the dogs into a room, and called my friends to tell them to come in and call the police. He was trying to hit me, but my friends got there in time. I think he got scared when he saw my friends showed up, so he backed down, but he was still verbally telling them to get out of the way or he would hit them too. The police came, they took him away and told me he wouldn't be able to come into the apartment anymore. He had to move out, but would need to be escorted by the police if he wants to grab his stuff later. It was a horrible experience, but it showed me that I've done the right thing. I thought that was the end of everything, but his auntie called me when she found out and tried to gaslight me saying that he didn't do anything wrong, and I was just upset, so I called the police. I told myself that I no longer have to deal with this BS, so I told her to leave me alone and hung up. His family would continue to harass me, but stopped when I threatened to report them to the police. I continued to pay the rent and bills like how I've always been doing. The only thing that changed is I'm now so much happier. I'm the happiest I've ever been in years. I just got a promotion last week and I've been spending time enjoying life with the extra money I have since I'm no longer having to pay for his expenses. As for my ex, he's moved in with his aunt. I got a protection order, so we are not in contact at all. Wonderful update. Congrats to you. You're strong and capable, and now you can live in peace. Thank you. It feels great to wake up in the morning and don't have to worry about what kind of crap is he going to give me today. And OMG, the extra savings that I have, since I'm not longer financially responsible for a full-grown adult. Sending you an internet mom hug for being so wonderful. We are all glad to read that you have embraced your new life and are enjoying it. Don't forget that you're strong and that your story could help some other internet stranger to make a move to a better life as you did. Thank you. I've realized that all the uncertainties that I had before really don't mean anything. My life is only getting better, and I've received all the support I need from friends and family, and people on Reddit too. I'm so sorry you went through that. No one deserves to feel unsafe in their own home. You did a smart thing, calling your friends and the police. You are strong and so capable of having a fulfilling life that is all your own now. I'm very proud of you. I was expecting an ugly breakup, but not a violent one. I'm glad I had my friends there. Otherwise, I really don't know how things would turn out. I think your story should be a lesson to others. You had no reason to think a freeloader would become an abuser, and yet he did. It's always good to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. If you hadn't had friends on standby, things could have ended much more tragically. I am glad you took precautions. Too many times people assume, yeah, they'll be upset or hurt, but they would never hurt me. I also just thought that I'd have my friends there in case he refuses to leave. I wasn't expecting things to escalate that quickly. You were right. If my friends weren't there, things could have turned out much worse. Last story. Am I the a-hole for not paying my girlfriend's bills? I met my girlfriend 8 months ago. We lived in different cities, but I work remotely, so after doing the long-distance thing for a while and going back and forth between the two cities, she asked me to move in with her, since I don't really have to stay in the city I was. I was very reluctant at first due to the short period of time we were dating for, and the fact that I would be moving into her place, which creates an imbalance of power in the house. However, after she insisted for a while, I decided to move in with her. I am a software engineer making about $140K a year. She's a teacher making $45 to $50K a year. In my own apartment, my rent was $1,400. With utilities, I pay about $1,550 per month. She, on the other hand, rents a house for $2,400. Because she has 3 dogs and a cat, and an apartment wouldn't be ideal. She also has a roommate paying half of her rent. I moved in last month, and the deal is I will be paying 2/3 of the bills. The roommate will be moving out soon, and after doing the calculations, my part amounts to $1,700, including utilities. She would pay about $750, which is way less than what she was paying before. For me, it's slightly more, but I don't mind since I make way more than her. However, since I moved in, she kept talking about wanting to be a stay-at-home wife/mom. I always brush it off, but yesterday she told me she hates her job and she won't be renewing her contract with the school, which means she won't have an income. She wants a different job, but she has no idea what she wants to do yet. So, she is counting on me to pay all the bills. She means I would be paying more than $1,000 than when I was living alone. Mind you, that's just for rent and utilities, food not included, and she has 2 big dogs which need taking care of. I could afford it if I wanted to, but I feel like I'm not ready to take care of her yet. And I have plans on saving more money to buy a house and other projects I have. She's not my wife. I don't want to be taking care of her 100%. And to be honest, I would have nothing to show for it either. So I told her I won't be able to pay the bills all by myself, and she made a face as if like I am being cheap. But now I feel like the whole reason she wanted me to move in so bad was because she wanted a backup plan for when she quits her job. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay everything? Now for the top comments. Not a-hole. Pack up and leave now. This, 100% this. Not a-hole and get the heck out while you can. This was her plan all along. Before she gets pregnant. That's what I said. Her next move is to baby trap him, so she can mooch as long as possible. And don't even have goodbye sex. Don't give her the remotest possible chance of getting pregnant. But now I feel like the whole reason she wanted me to move in so bad was because she wanted a backup plan for when she quits her job. You aren't her backup plan. You are the plan. Find someone naive enough to move in and start paying part of her bills. Then, spring on said person that roommate is out. And you take on responsibility for supporting her because you are too timid to GTFO. She's got some cheek, and you've got some pretty low basic street skills. Not a-hole. Next step, she'll baby trap him. Exactly. This is a classic tactic among predatory women who are looking for a guy to use as a personal ATM. Yeah, the fact that she wanted OP to move in so quickly is alarming. Just that fact alone doesn't necessarily mean ulterior motives. We've all gotten swept up in the honeymoon phase. But the fact that it worked out that she'd be paying less than she was before definitely raised my eyebrow. And then just straight up moving to, I'm gonna quit my job and be a stay-at-home partner, cements it. She's absolutely the type that would try and baby trap someone. Also, this might make me an a-hole, but I'd really struggle with a spouse wanting to be a house spouse or stay-at-home spouse. If we were parents, that's entirely different. But if there's no kids, I'm sorry. If I have to work, then so do you. Ideally, the stay-at-home partner does work, but at home. They handle the meal planning, shopping, cooking, laundry, and majority of the cleaning. Keeping a house going is a lot of work. It's also something that should be decided before moving in together when possible. Not a-hole.